Day 30. Let's hope I have some better luck today. I do have one thing that I want to try out for my own knowledge, because there is a save and quit option, and I don't know how it works. So here's what I intend to do. I haven't even picked up my allowance yet, so this is a great time to draft the chapel, probably. So I'm here in the chapel. I have my 2 gems, and let me draft one more room. And then I'm going to try the save and quit option. Dig spots in a courtyard. I'll probably end up with a shovel at some point and want that, so sure, let's take that. Okay, and now I'm here in the courtyard. There's a sledgehammer there with 68 steps. So if I say save and quit, it does ask me to call it a day. Okay, so it's not that I can save and come back to it at some point. This is one of the things that makes this game hard to record, is I have to have like 2 hours put aside at any time to try to play. Okay. So, sledgehammer, I'm going to do drafting. I have a bunch of my usual goals. Wish me luck. An old tin can. My allowance has been raised. Experiment successful. I set up a lab experiment, so every time I dig up trash, my allowance increases. That seems like it's going to be very useful in the long run. Also, I had an idea that I don't know why... Okay, there's another one. My allowance has been raised. Nice. Oh, nothing of interest. Your allowance has been raised. Okay, so even if it's not trash, it's just nothing. Old tin can. Great, your allowance has been raised. Okay, this is super useful. The idea I have is I can close off like the first half of the house and then re-enter through the foundation to get some more doors. And so I can intentionally take more dead-end rooms at the beginning if I want. And that could be a good thing to do. All I have to do is enter through the basement foundation area. I'm a big liar, aren't I? Because I need to call the elevator. And I disabled the keycard system and I don't have the security so that it's unlocked. So this is not going to call it. I would either need a keycard or I need to disable the power to the keycard system and change its security so that it's defaulting to unlocked in order to make this happen. Okay. Oops. But even if I don't manage to do anything else today, at least I increased my allowance. I think the only book I haven't seen at the library is the Pump System User Manual, which I don't think I need, but I'll go ahead and sign up for it. I am going to successfully draft the chess set. We're just going to immediately do that now and make that our top priority. So, I have everything from the chess set. While I'm here at the computer, I might as well spread some money around. And speaking of money, there's some right here. Nice. Okay, so I have the king, I have the queen, I have a bishop, I have a knight, I have a rook, and I have a pawn. So those are the 6 chess things. Let's go do that. I can't remember if I've ever gotten the patio. I was just on the way back and I had a room to draft. I'm going to draft this room and go in it and check it out. Yeah, I don't remember if I've ever been here. There's a gem here. Oh, no, I have been here once. But there should be dig spots and I might get some more garbage to increase my allowance. Because we are in rather poor soil. That is not a digging spot. This is. That's a key. An old rusty nail. Allowance has been raised. Nice. Experiment successful. Hooray. So now if I walk down to the elevator down to the precipice, then here is Chessie McRoomerton. Let's do this thing. So, queen is 5, and office is 5, and 1 and 4. Rook is here, bishop is here, pawn is here. And I believe the knight is in the observatory, which is right above the foundation. Oops. Above the foundation. There we go. All 6 have been opened. The chess pieces appear. Choose your piece to receive a new permanent power. Oh my goodness. And of course we're not going to be told what these powers are, right? And do I choose it just by like walking over to it? Can I inspect them and learn something? Oh, Ambition of the Pawn. When you reach rank 8, you may choose Knight, Bishop, Rook, or Queen. Gain the power of that piece until the end of the day. Do you accept this power now? Mantle of the Knight. Add the Armory to your draft pool. I don't know what the Armory is. Gambit of the Queen. Each time you draft a rune on the Queen's side, the West Wing, lose 5 steps and gain a key. That doesn't sound super great. Banner of the King. Each day you may choose a color. Rooms of the chosen color are more likely to be drawn while drafting. That could be interesting for trying to get all the classrooms or all the green rooms. That one's pretty interesting. I might choose that one. You don't have to pay tithes. Gain 30 money the first time you enter the chapel each day with this power. Oh, that's pretty good too. Not going to choose it right now. Let's also check out the Rook. Resilience of the Rook. You may draw floor plans up to 4 times when drafting the 4 corner rooms of your house. That's pretty good too. These are good powers. And can I come down here each day and change them? Or do I get... It says a permanent power. Oh, and now let's read the power of the pawn again, because maybe you only get one of these ever. When you reach rank 8, gain the power of the piece until the end of the day. We have to get up to rank 8 first, which is work. Yeah, so let's definitely not take that. Maybe if I solve the chessboard again, I could have like 2 permanent powers or something. I have a feeling it's only 1, and I might need to get another chessboard to change it. The king one, it could be a liability as well as a useful thing. I don't know what the armory is. And adding more things to my drafting pool is always risky. This one, redrawing rooms in the corner of the house. It's easy to get the front 2 corners, and I often want to tuck closets away there so that I'm not wasting doors later on. This one feels especially useful to me, so I'm going to accept this power. You may give it this power by returning to this chamber on any future day and unlocking the pieces again. Okay. So it sounds like I just have to complete a chessboard if I want a different power. I'm okay with that. Okay, so that was pretty cool. Do I have any more rooms I can draft? I think I shut myself down just to get this. North of the gymnasium was a keycard door, and I don't have a key card. So I think I just need to go back to my coat check and turn in my shovel again. And then we'll call it a day. I just realized that the precipice has this symbol on it that's one of the 6 center symbols of the, or maybe there's 5, of the sigils. Not sure what that means. And I note on this screen, Resilience of the Rook shows up here. You may draw floor plans 4 times when drafting the 4 corners of your house. Okay, that's pretty cool. I just remembered that I think there might be extra chests that were added to the entryway. And so before I do anything, yeah, I've got a sledgehammer. Let's bust these open. These are no longer useful to me. This is probably not useful to me. What do we have over here? Just want to make sure I don't get a good item that I want to coat check. Lockpicks are pretty good. Lockpicks versus the shovel. The shovel turned out to be super useful today. I enjoy the shovel. The lockpicks... Yeah, I could live with that. The sledgehammer is not that... Well, sledgehammer... I do think I'm going to need the super strong hammer at some point. But I need a workshop even to create it. Let's just keep doing the shovel until I come up with another strategy. Archaeological villa. Let's see what my new allowance is. Day 31. 11 money at the start of every day. That's pretty good. I'm happy with that. Greenhouse. Something about sprinklers. Have I ever been in the greenhouse? I'm not sure that I have. This seems new. Okay. So hopefully the sprinklers are running. Let's read about it. The gardener should be pleased. The long-neglected flower beds have finally been blessed with the glistening gift from sprinklers installed above. It's an unusual room. And I'm more likely to draw green rooms. This is where the broken south thingy is. Okay. Okay, so there's a secret garden. There's the Great Hall, and this room are where the 3 levers would be for the 3 doors to the antechamber, but we learned that this one was broken and only the east and west were working, but that should be good enough. So the sprinklers are running, so my hunch is water will leave here. I don't have my shovel right now. And then if I got the pool and the pump station, then I'd be able to lower the reservoir and make some progress. So it's important to have found this rule. It's unfortunate it's such an unusual room. Also, it grows gems. Neat. And presumably in more fertile soil, it'd grow more. And what do we have here? It's number 5. Trees. White trees. Found among white trees. I have to dig under 2 rocks or something? Okay. Amazing. There are more gems over here I didn't notice. As I'm looking around here. Okay. This was very informative, and I think now there's only 1 room I haven't found. No, that's a green room. So there's 2, like, normal... No. 2 rooms here and 1 room here. Okay, there's still 3 rooms I haven't found. And they're mostly low numbers. So I'm just going to have to continue to keep an eye out for them. Also, I could totally smash through this. This is also a brick wall that looks smashable, in my opinion. Let me make a note of that. So in terms of green rooms now, there's only 1 green room that I'm still missing. What about red rooms? I found all of them. Alright, I'm drafting in the corner. And so redraw, total 4. I'd love to find the attic, which is a nice dead end. Although, yeah, let's just see if we can get that or anything that's super amazing. I do love the conservatory. And I would like to get the greenhouse more often in the future. Although it's just going to pick 3 random rooms. Does this redraw a total of 5 now? I don't understand. I thought this would be counting down. No, it says total 3 and the font is just bad. Okay, great. Yeah, I like the conservatory. Let's take the conservatory. I consider this a type of permanent upgrade. Alright, so, Her Ladyship's Chamber. It's hard to draft. It can only be drafted south-facing on the west side, so making this more common would make it easier to draft in the future. And it's not going to flood the pool because it can only be drafted in a certain location. So I'm definitely going to change that one. Boiler room. I do need this to get power to the lab at least, and also possibly to unfreeze the freezer. So let's move it down to standard. Conference room. This one has 3 doors, and so I would like it to be common. Because 3 and 4 door rooms are pretty rare. Okay, so I made a bunch of uncommon rooms rarer. And yeah, none of them are going to hurt me in terms of my door pursuits. So I'm happy enough with that. Alright, in this corner, let's see if I can draw the attic. Walk-in closet is pretty good as well. But I bet I could do better. I don't need the office right now. Don't love any of these. I do have a number of dig spots I could use my shovel, but I don't like desperately need the coat check right now. I'm gonna try once more to see if I can get the attic. And no such luck. The study. There's a... I've only been in the study once, and there is a safe in it, I think, so we're gonna go back to the study. Also, I forgot to mention, when I got into the master bedroom, I think I made a blunder because I had a magnifying glass and I didn't look at the right thing. Okay, so there is a safe here. So let us presume that there is a clue. This doesn't seem to be a date clue. This is just explaining this. However, delusional to think this could be pulled off by Thursday. I arrived on Friday. No, I arrived on Saturday the 7th. So Thursday would be November 5th. Is there any chance that it's November 5th? That was not it. What else in the study could be interpreted as a date clue? Let's look around with more care than we have previously. We got books. Makes sense, it's a study. We've got the globe. I don't think there's a way to turn this into dates. The chessboard shows the queen in its starting position at D8. D8. Date. Okay. The queen? Is there something on the blueprint over here that could be interpreted as a date? I think it says width 5'9", 8 meters, 6.5 meters. No, it's 6.5 meters. I'm reading it upside down. 8 meters and 6.5 meters. These are not dates. What if D8 means December 8th? That just occurred to me. So that would be 1, 2, 0, 8. Enter. There we go. Haha! I did it. I did it. Okay. Study. This is red envelope number 2. December 8th. H. Be prepared for our plans to be set in motion in a month or two. It's all lining up. In a month or two. Marion did disappear in February. It's all lining up and our hard work is about to come to fruition. I've just learned several members of the museum's guard are sympathetic to our cause. That sounds like the museum heist, but I think that happened in September. We suspect 2 more to be pure opportunists whose loyalty extends only to their coin purse. Your uncle has already agreed to let us use Mount Holly's flexible floor plan for a trial run, assuming the red print we have secured the museum's closed exhibit is in fact accurate and up to date. Is room 46 going to be this closed exhibit? Or is it the place where I can buy all the jewels? Could be that too, that we've already seen a few times. We should begin these trials without delay. Once you arrive, you can, within the next 2 months, fabricate some fiction that might alleviate us of the presence of the servant staff. Until we meet on the shores of White Sands, Caleb. Caleb was the publisher, Marigold's mentor. Interesting. Oh, and there's still another page. Closed exhibit. The doors in this room are security locked. Okay. There's a red room. I have all the red rooms, but this was the drawing plans for the red rooms. And the closed exhibit, I can't get a whole lot out of it. Looks like it's got like 2 statues or chairs in the bottom corners and then some pedestal up at the top that probably has the red crown and the rubies or something. Okay. Okay, very interesting. That was red envelope number 2. Oh, and I'm not sure that I read this. After the passing of Baroness Averai, private study was claimed by Herbert. Okay, and this one's unusual at a dead end, and that's fine, because I probably don't need to come back here anytime, I can imagine. Although the advantage of having been in the study is I can spend diamonds to redraw floor plans, which could be useful. This one, I feel like I've already gotten most of my mileage out of this one, so I'm not going to worry too much about the rest of the house, but we'll see if anything else opportunistic comes along. I guess the pool and the pump would be the main one, now that I've been in the greenhouse. I drafted security. There's a watering can. Presumably that was in the greenhouse, and it's never an item that I've had, and so I didn't recognize that I could pick it up. So we're going to have to go back there. Okay, back in the greenhouse. Is there a watering can that I failed to recognize? Oh, watering can, where are you? Here it is. Okay. Watering can. The first time you enter each green room, use water to gain 1 gem. Limited capacity. Okay. So does that include this room? I do have a conservatory as well, so I could walk back in there. But let's just, even though I don't care about anything else. So yeah, watering can. E. I spent water. And as a result, I got a gem, I guess. I wasn't paying attention to my gem count. Okay. And... alright, I'm gonna go test that out in the conservatory and pay more attention. Okay, so entering the conservatory, watering can, I have 4 gems, I press E, it waters the gems, and now I have 5. Okay, neat. I now know what the watering can does. Does it say anything else when I click on it here? No. Okay, fair enough. The aquarium is every color, so I get the opportunity to use it here too. Okay, we'll go ahead and do that. So I've watered all my water out of the watering can. Alright, and I never got any keys today, and I got locked out. But we actually had some interesting things happen, so I'm okay with that. I didn't check anything out of the coat check or anything. I guess I never drafted the outer room, but that's okay. My own time is more important than days in the game. Garden Cottage, moving on. It occurs to me, I didn't look for white trees. Have I seen white trees anywhere? Maybe I should start by looking around outdoors for white trees and 2 rocks. White trees. I see some over there. I went into the manor and found a coat check, so I have a shovel. Under 2 stones, among the white trees. Under 2 stones. I dug here a long time ago. What did I dig up from here? It was possibly the first hole I ever dug. I'll have to review video and see what it was. Okay, that's disappointing. I keep finding clues to things that I've already solved. But these are clearly the white trees. These are clearly the 2 stones. And I dug something up. And just to be clear, when I assembled all 8 music sheets, the bold letters tell me to look at the first words on each sheet. And it's find among the white trees under 2 stones. Okay, I managed to get another library. The pump manual. Who's checked it out? Julia Ribbon? Paul Withers? These are not names that I know. Alright. Great. Next page. Water level indicators. Selection buttons. Source labels. Alright, I know all this. I know this as well. It's got a quick start guide. Okay. unless the dates here are important, which they very well might be. That was kind of disappointing information, but I kind of expected it to be. So I guess we'll move along. Okay, bookshop, books for sale. I've never been in this room before. It can only be drafted from the library. That was one of the reasons that I drew the library. And the freezer could be nice because I have a fair amount of stuff, but that's fine. Let's draw the bookshop. My guess, my speculation, is that I will be able to spend money to permanently have access to the books so I don't have to have screenshots for everything, but I don't know. So, no. A new clue. Curse of the Black Bridge. Drafting Strategy Volume 4, Drafting Strategy Volume 5 will be permanently added to the library, available to check out on your next visit. Okay, that's... Okay, so I was partially right. I could try to make some money and get some more of these, but Drafting Strategy Volume 4 sounds like it could be useful to me. Like, most of it's common sense, and I figured out some more drafting strategy on my own, but... permanently added to the library, available to check out on your next visit. So yeah, let's go ahead and get that one. So next time I go to the library, I will be able to try to check out another book, and the time after that, I'll be able to read it. This game's really a slog. Like, it puts a lot of time between you and the next dribbled out stuff. What do we have here? A new clue sold out in hours. It's another book by my mom. Interesting. Comes only 4 months after the distressful report of the author's mysterious, unexplained disappearance. Interesting. The writing of this book was well into the editing stages months before the disappearance. Yeah, sure. A new clue will be going to Lasting Hope, a non-profit organization, the proceeds, providing intel in the investigation of missing persons. All right. Fans and pundits and cynics alike were standing together elbow to elbow in the bookshop queues, eager to get their hands on what may very well be the last words ever published by the missing author. Okay, so they're definitely hyping me up to be able to purchase that one. How much did it cost again? Oh, the Black Bishop is here. Hello. Let's make a note of that. Okay, a new clue costs 50. Oh, Hysteria of Erindia, first edition. We read the redacted version that had lots of stuff crossed out, and so in order to get that information. Okay. So yeah, trying to like up my allowance a whole bunch will definitely help. And I guess like the casino could in a pinch, but probably I'd need the lever on that one machine, I'm imagining. Curse of the Black Bridge. What happens if I try to click on a book? It tells me, sorry, you don't have enough money. Okay. If I get 8 more money, I'll come back here to at least get the other drafting strategy book in here. And yeah, drafting the library and the bookshop. I guess the bookshop does have another door. So it basically makes like a little U-shaped wing. So it does take a lot to get the bookshop to appear. So I definitely want to try to get my money's worth today. So I'll see if I can get some more money and come back. Well, I just used the observatory, and now everything is 50% off. And that counts the bookshop. Alright, so now I'd only need 4 coins. That's kind of cool. Well, I got some more money, so I've returned here, so that I can also get Drafting Strategy Volume 5. But then I'll try the Foundation, but I'm just about out of options here. I don't have any keys today. Alright, calling it a day again. Mid-sized villa. But we did get a new room, the bookshop. Alright, but with that, I'm going to say I hope as always that you all are having a great day, and I will see you again soon with more blueprints. For now, bye-bye.